Good morning and welcome to today's Blutopia Forum Mediterraneo talk. Welcome to you, Julia. First of all, thank you for your kind availability today to discuss about a very important topic, which I will mention a bit more in detail in a second. First of all, I'd like to introduce you properly. Okay. Julia Rubiales, you are a senior associate of MAIO Legal. You are based in Madrid. In particular, you are from the Insurance, Maritime and Transport Department. Yes. You normally deal with international and national matters, mainly related with cargo claims, freight forwarders, shipping brokers, personal injuries, cruise markets, and terminal ports. And on the academic side, you used to give lectures in the Master in Business and Maritime Law at Pontificia Comillas University. I'm very sorry for my Spanish, okay. Very bad Spanish pronunciation.
No. Very well pronounced.
Thank you. And then you also participate in, you have participated in some conferences organized by the ALSUM, which is the Latin American Association of Maritime Underwriters. So welcome again. I'm very happy to have this possibility to discuss with you about in particular, now we can say it, the FuelEu Maritime Initiative, yes. Which is a topic, which is a very, an extremely important topic on the agendas throughout all the, across all the world. We know that this year in particular has been quite significant under regulatory point of view, either at IMO level and EU level. Today we will focus our attention on the EU legislation in particular, knowing that the FuelEu Maritime Initiative is part of the Fit for 55 package.
Exactly.
Which is a package aimed at reducing, at least in the EU, the net greenhouse gas emissions by at least 55% by 2030, at least compared to the 1990 levels, so to achieve hopefully climate neutrality in 2050. So this was just to give a bit of context, a bit of perspective before starting. So first of all, please feel free to elaborate a bit more this overview before trying to understand, thanks to your knowledge on the subject, which are the main objectives set by the EU in this respect. Please.
Okay. First of all, I want to thank you, Andrea, for inviting me to participate in this talk, in this new matter as the FuelEu Maritime is. So as you already say, the FuelEu Maritime Initiative is part of the Fit 55 package that was published by the European Commission in January 2021. And the main target is to enable the European Union to reduce as much as possible the greenhouse gases emissions in all the European Union from 55% in 2030 to almost to have a climate neutrality in 2050. But it is possible that the restrictions are higher from 2050 from now on, from such a period. So it will be a very interesting side to see how the European Commission established more restrictions. So I have a graphic here just to, I don't know if I may share with you.
Sure, with pleasure. Surely it can help to understand a bit more figures or objectives.
Okay, I don't know if you...
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
This will be
Perfect.
The FuelEu Maritime target. So the main item is that from 2015, the reductions are like 2%, more or less, of the greenhouse emissions, and then trying to reduce higher until the 2050 to have a 80% of the greenhouse gases emissions. So this a very great reductions of the greenhouses. Last week, okay, I'm gonna Yes. The last week, the FuelEu Maritime regulation was published in the European Official Journal. It will enter into force in October 12th, but it won't be applicable until January 2025. So it's going to be a period for, adaptation to all the ship owners and ships to adapt his greenhouse gases emissions are all the measures and duties that they have to fulfill. The regulations is going to be applicable for ships with 5,000 gross tonnage and above, but it's provided that it's going to be applicable for more vessels, depending how the ship owners are fulfilling with the reductions, the emissions, and all the limitations. But in principle, its applicability is going to be for vessels for 5,000 gross tonnage and above. Okay, and as you know, as it's an European regulation, it doesn't need a transposition in the UN members, so it has a direct applicability to all the European members. So what are the main targets of the FuelEu Maritime? First of all, to reduce the greenhouse gases emissions in all the European Union. It will be applicable 100% in all the ships that has voyages between European port calls, and only 50% applicable for voyages between European port call and an extra non-European port call. Okay. Another main target is to make compulsory the use of onshore
electric supply.
Power supply to all the passengers and container ships who has to do berth or to berth in the port calls with periods of lasting more than 2 hours. So the most interesting target or the most interesting thing here is how the port terminals and ship owners are to adapt or are going to install all the sensors that they will need from now on to fulfill with these reductions and compulsory limits. Okay, there's going to be also an incentive programs, okay, to incentives the use of renewable fuel to all the ship owners, and also there will be like a pool mechanism. So one ship can enter into a pool with one more ships, just to share the reductions of the greenhouse emissions with one vessel with the rest of the vessels with the ship owners. So with the whole pool, they are able to fulfill with all the greenhouse gases reduction. So there are some incentives for the ship owners to fulfill with all these reductions.
So, you've been mentioning very clearly the ambitious targets of this regulation, which, as you were saying, will automatically be enforceable in the EU member states as of January 2025. You've been mentioning the reduction of greenhouse gas intensity gradually until 2050. You have also been mentioning a very important issue, which is the obligation for passenger ships and containers to use the onshore power supply, which puts on the table the question about the ability of infrastructures to welcome ships in this sense.
Yes.
So just to say that it's really an ecosystem made of a lot of stakeholders in this respect.
Yes.
Which makes the challenge even more complex, of course.
Exactly. Yes, because it's not only to ship owners but also to the port infrastructures.
Exactly. Yes. However, however, it would be. That said, and given this context, and also the deadline, which is really tomorrow, because we're talking about actually a bit more than 1 year, starting from now. it'd be interesting to shed some light on the new duties from the owners and the fuel traders side.
Yes.
Because there will be, I mean, of course, an impact, but it will be very interesting to understand also this topic through this lens.
Yes, the main target or the main duties is going to be to all the ship owners, because it's not only applicable to European ship owners, but also all the ships, regardless the flag they have. So it's going to be applicable for all the ship owners that enter into the European Union. So the main duties, it will be to adapt their ships of the vessels with the new systems, not only the operation power supply that they have to install on board and also to the port infrastructures, but also to install the systems to control the greenhouse gases on board, because they are also obliged to have like a monitoring system to submit afterwards to the verifiers, to the European verifiers. We don't know yet who are going to be those verifiers, but they have to have monitoring systems to control all the greenhouses gases emissions that they have on board, and also the greenhouses emissions that they have on the port calls. Okay, when they go when they berth into the European. So that's going to be the main duty that is going to have. And also for the fuel traders, they are going to be obliged to offer more renewable fuel that fulfill with all these greenhouses reductions, and to provide more incentive, I don't know, prices, because I suppose this renewable fuel is not going to be as cheaper or as good price as other fuels that they have been providing until now. So let's see how the fuel traders also renew themselves to fulfill with the new reductions of that the European Union is, I mean, providing and being compulsory to fulfill. Let's see, but they will be the main duties.
From this point of view, there will be also an impact on the relationship between and contracts between ship owners and ship managers, or relation to the supply chain. So regarding the contracts with the
fuel traders,
with traders and suppliers. So I mean, and it will be very interesting to see how this multi-layer impact will be evolving. Really,
exactly.
As it's already evolving, actually, because I mean, although you were saying that it has been published on the official journal recently, but it's something which, of course, is on the table since time. So, but now is really the moment when also contracts need to be redacted accordingly, and at this point of view, I mean, there will be some legal work to do as well.
Yes.
Okay, Julia, I don't know if you want to add something in 1 minute, which is left. Otherwise, I mean, I really thank you again for your time and for having shared your knowledge on this. Again, it's a very important topic. Whenever you want to follow up on this topic or other topics, you are more than welcome, because
Thank you so much.
the aim of this initiative is basically to share knowledge. We know each other since years, actually, but it's a way to also to strengthen networks with professionals of the industry. So unless you want to add really something, I mean, I just wish you a very good day, but I let you to say some last words.
Just an additional, as you may say, that there's not only to be a legal framework or a legal task from now on from all the ship owners and also to the port terminals, but I also think that the insurers are also to have an important role, because I suppose all the ship owners, we want to adapt all the insurance policies regarding any liability that are involving between voyages in case they don't fulfill with the European reduction. So I suppose that the insurance area will be another involved area in this case. So let's see how everything goes.
Absolutely, you are fully right. It's as I was saying, it's really a multi-layer perspective at political level, policy level, technical level, insurance level, and regulatory level. Since today we were talking about the EU, the FuelEu Maritime Initiative under a regulatory point of view, I will just focus the attention, as you have very clearly explained, on the targets and the impacts, for instance, on the contractual supply chain side. But insurance is definitely one of the issues to consider and of interest. Okay, so I wish you a very good day, and
thank you
when
so
you
much.
wish, we can take it from there and maybe discuss about these or other topics in the future.
Yes, thank you
Bye.
so much, Andrea. Have a nice
Thank you.
day.
You
Bye.
too.